We think stories are to be consumed, but stories are technologies for actually mediating our differences and creating the possibility for us to hear each other. We have a saying at Theatre of War Productions, if you've seen one of our events, you've seen one. Because even if we're doing the same project, it's different every night because of what the audience brings to it.
Theatre of War Productions is a social impact company that presents dramatic readings of seminal texts by acclaimed actors to frame powerful, crucial conversations about pressing issues of public health and social justice. All of them are about interrogating and coming to some understanding of violence, trauma, loss, human suffering, and how isolating all those things can be. And the power of the communalization of human experience to lift people out of isolation and back into the fold of one's community.
Theatre of War Productions in various forms has been around for over 18 years. Over those 18 or so years, we've developed more than 40 projects. Everything from Greek tragedies, Shakespeare, 20th century classic texts, historic speeches, sermons, pamphlets from the 19th century. The performance lasts under an hour typically, and as soon as the performance is over, the actors go away, never to be heard from again. And then typically we bring up 4 people from the community for whom we performed, who represent a variety of perspectives, who kick off the discussion by responding from their hearts and their guts to what they heard and saw in the performance. Then I go out into the audience and ask questions. What resonated with you? What touched you? What about this line here? What did that line mean to you? What do you think it means? And if we've really done our work, the least powerful person in the room ends up speaking. And often that person is someone who's never heard their own voice amplified through a sound system before. It's somebody who's never been asked what they think in a public setting. Someone experiencing street homelessness who's laughing at the parts that the rest of the audience is cringing at. The security guard who's working in the back of the room, who doesn't think the event's for him, but all of a sudden feels so compelled to speak, he asks for the mic. And all of a sudden, they're sharing their perspectives, their truths, and it's moving the room. There's a magic in that I'll never get tired of. We have engaged really diverse audiences. And the reason that we have a tent that's big enough for all those different types of people is because we're not asking people to agree with one another. We're just asking audiences to hear each other's interpretations of a story. In 2016, we iterated and developed a new model where community members are embedded in the performance itself. And that was based on this project, Antigone and Ferguson, the chorus that couldn't preach to itself. One of the central elements of ancient Greek tragedy is the chorus. And that was a group of individuals who were a bridge between the world of the play and the world of the audience. We brought together friends of Michael Brown's, some of his teachers, members of the faith community, Black Lives Matter activists, as well as police officers who responded to the uprising in Ferguson. And again, the objective with Antigone and Ferguson wasn't a group hug or that everyone would see eye to eye. It was, can we hold space? Can we model a way of coming together and hearing really hard truths and perspectives that may be radically different by agreeing to read and perform and sometimes even sing the words of the play? That's a model we've now extended to many other projects. Our work with Israeli and Palestinian students on college campuses, our work around drug abuse and addiction, our work with immigrants and refugees, creating choruses that are complicated enough to reflect the really truly complicated audiences we're hoping to bring together. But what I've come to see through the work that we've done is that one of the things that connects us is our hidden suffering, or the things we don't share with people, or the things we've compartmentalized that we carry around with us as if we're the only people to have ever experienced those things. And so when you perform a play that kind of names that, and then other people in the audience begin to acknowledge its truth, all of that political divisiveness, all of those tribal affiliations, at least fleetingly for a brief moment, begin to melt away. We as humans seem to need the intervention, the mediation of story to come together.